pumpkins that were once here. I'm not sure, but it seems they are not here. Okay, maybe they are over there. I forgot what is their exact location. So it's been raining entire day yesterday. I'm hoping for some mushrooms, but that also means that I will have some obstacles as I'm trying to get to my destination. I'm moving toward the ruins of an old medieval town, or village, maybe better to say. I'm not sure what is better to say, but I don't know if I am going to manage to get there at all. Never quite went this way that soon after the heavy rains. Look at these. They're still here, so... But it seems somebody already picked them. There's a flower, so I could take the flower and fry it. That's edible. Never actually tried it. That was on my... There it is, one huge pumpkin. And as you can see, something already nibbled on it. Or maybe more likely, some kind of machinery or something passed through and destroyed it. Who knows? But there it is, another one. Look at it. Nothing preventing me to take one. It's on the road. Everything is rotting, is dropped. Nobody cares for this. I think I will take the small one with me. I'm not even trespassing or anything. But I am going to face the obstacle very soon. Well, hello darkness, my old friend. I must say though, I think it was more muddy last time and even the water was higher, so it is a lot more clear now. It looks pretty actually. Last time it was so muddy, you had no idea where you are stepping, so you know I had to use... Okay, it's cold. I forgot it's November. So imagine forgetting what month it is. Yeah, last time water was up to my knee. And now, not really. It looks better. Opa. Well, got rid of that. Now it's time to dry up and move on. This is where I usually sit when I'm coming back, but I don't think it will be the case today. Or maybe I could just put my feet here not to get wet. This is interesting. I either didn't notice this before or it wasn't quite like this. This little stream on this side made a path for itself. So cute. Very sandy soil. Every time it reminds me of some kind of moist desert or something. It's very unusual terrain. Pile of stones. So there is a field of wild mustard up the hill, and I need to be careful. Maybe this could slip. It's not that slippery, but better to think about where am I standing, not to have a bad surprise today. I adore hearing these tiny streams. So the wild mustard thing, last times I was passing through, they were flowering, so not quite ready. There were no seeds. Now I plan to gather some if I manage to get up the hill. It's a bit watery today, but I love this. My favorite kind of weather. Would like it even more if there was a bit of southern wind, but okay, who cares about that? I will see if there are any seed pods and seeds on mustard plants. If there are, I'm going to collect them, get home, and I'm going to try to make homemade mustard sauce. So since it is a wild mustard plant, a common one, so it is not black mustard or any of the other kinds that is more spicy, this one will probably be not that spicy, maybe not that interesting, but it will be something for sure. And I'm going to try it. Now, when I try it, I will know for the next time when I find some other kind of mustard. If I do, I will make a better sauce then. So let's move on toward the mustards. Like not predicted really, but felt, you can see the difference now. Last time there was a bunch of yellow in that direction, a lot of yellow flowers, and now I expect it is only the seed pods. These, oh, they are so tiny. I don't think though that they are quite there yet. They are not yet ready. I don't know if there is some more mature one, but this would mean the mustard plan failed for today. It's too bad, really. Yeah, they are all way too young. Maybe in a few weeks, maybe even less, it will be the right time to come back and pick some seeds for the sauce. But not today. Everything that remains is searching for mushrooms. Was just wondering, where are all the mushrooms? I'm in the middle of the forest, not frequented by people. Beautiful mixed forest with wet soil and everything you could really dream of. And there are no mushrooms. And then I seen this one. Let me cover this part. This is my favorite. This is my favorite of all. Of everything I have ever discovered, identified, and picked. And this is my favorite. So this is a hedgehog mushroom. As you can see, when you look down, there are no gills, but these needle-like, well, needles. This one might actually even be a bit old, but I will see if I can save anything. This stuff around, it's not actual shit. If you were thinking about it, it is shit, but it is from the earthworm, so nothing really disgusting. It is a nice fertile soil that's very useful actually, and makes everything more fertile overall. So when you are preparing this one, you should take out this needle-like parts, and I usually fry it with butter and maybe some garlic or something. It's beautiful. It's one of the best mushrooms ever. I mean, I'm in love with this mushroom. Maybe you can feel it through my compliments, but I actually am. There are some lookalikes, so that some larger kinds maybe or something that also have needles, so be careful there. Not everything is really edible, but I know this region, and where am I? The kind of needles this one has are a sure sign this is edible. I also know the colors and the sizes, and I've picked them for quite some time, so I'm quite safe. If you're a beginner, be careful. There is another kind that is a bit less pale, so more orangey-like. I forgot its exact name. People often report they found these that are more pale, more tasty actually. So yeah, I'm lucky with this one. Of course, this goes with me. To be honest, my hands smell so nice. It has a very pleasant mushroomy smell. To be honest, I didn't expect to find this one. Maybe I thought I will find something else, but this, even if it's only this one, I'm very happy. So yeah, where there is one, there is usually more. I'm going to scope around a bit and see where it brings me. Something just made the sound here, and I'm not sure if it is just the pressure, like water bubbling or something, as I stood, or is it something else? Don't know. It did sound very interesting though, like when you're cleaning up the drains or something. There is a little one over here. I don't know what it is. Of course I don't. Most of the time I don't. Let it be. Wash my hands. I also found this tiny one. Must be some kind of common little brown mushroom. I will leave it. Well, it's very challenging, I must say. I already gave up on the idea that my feet will be dry, so I'm okay, slippery here. I'm running. I'm sort of, going with the flow. I accepted that I will have wet feet, and that's about it. Nothing I can do about it. It's not that I'm going to be here for 10 years so it's not an issue. I will come back soon and move on. Hoping to find some more of those hedgehogs, but I'm not sure if I'm going to make it. This is the area where there were many amanitas last time. Actually, a few times in a row. But I think they are out of season now. Or out of something. Just not their time and place anymore. It was Amanita oida, most likely. And now I'm trying to find if there is anything else. This patch of grassland really looks tempting, but I'm going to skip it for now. Very hard to walk. I think the route that usually takes half an hour or so is now almost double the time, because there are so many obstacles. You know, you need to watch where you're standing, you need to go around, you need to do stuff. Not very pleasant, but hey, we are alone in the forest. How much more pleasant it can get. Look at these colors. There's a little bird nibbling on something behind my back, so I cannot focus. I don't know what this is, but they are beautiful in a small bunch over here. It has a weird smell, so something, just my gut tells me that, you know, something is off with this mushroom. I shouldn't eat it, but there is nothing that will stop me from bringing it home for identification. And that's what I'm going to do. Separate, taking only this little one. And of course, I'm not going to mix it with the edible ones I have over here. And it is washing hands time. You know, what is funny is I wash my hands more often when I'm in the forest than during the work week. This is a very nice representation of how hard actually is to distinguish mushrooms in all this autumn mush with all these colors, all shades of brown pretty much. So try to figure it out. This is the mushroom and all these are leaves. It is exactly the same color as, for instance, this leaf over here. And look at it. The entire area is colored like that. Whatever it is too gone off anyway, so I'm not going to even try to identify it. I don't even think it's possible at this stage. But just to show you how hard, really, it is. There's another one over here. It's a bit slimy. I'm going to let it be. And there is something nice over there. Something pretty. Yeah, this one imitates other kinds of leaves. But it's pretty much the same issue. What are you? It's a bit hard for me to get through. But this patch of forest has many interesting things. I am actually I'm actually going to a deeper forest where I figured it is a lot more easier, you know, to walk through. This one is very unfriendly. Maybe does not look so in the footage, but all these little spikes and leaves and places where you could slip. A lot of them, really. Some kind of funnel mushroom. Does not look like the one that is edible and often seen here and sought after. Slimy ones. Well, these are most likely some kind of silus. Pores on the sides and very extremely slimy. Maybe I even knew the name of this one, but I forgot. Maybe birch silus? There is birch, I think, or I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm going to check it out. It's very yellowish, getting blue when cut, as you will see. You can see it already here near the ends. You know, for some of them it takes time to color themselves. Sometimes you even have to wait 10 or 15 minutes. It really depends. This one has very, very nice mushroomy smell, even too intense for me. I would say this one could be dried and used. I'm not yet sure, so I'm not going to make any assumptions. But yeah, you can see how it turns bluer and bluer. And slimier and slimier, it seems. Don't know what I'm going to do with this hand. As I said, I think I'll wash my hands 10,000 times today. But it's okay. It's okay, we will survive. This one is not poisonous at all. The worst thing that can be is not edible, maybe. Maybe not very sought after, not very appreciated. Mostly in Eastern Europe they appreciate it more. And but as I said, I discovered when dried up, Suilus family mushrooms are very, very nice to use. They have nice intense smell that way. I see one small one there, but it is too far away from me, fortunately. I don't know what I'm going to do with this hand. Whatever I take, it will just slip through. There is something I could use. So this is not poisonous, don't worry. It's just annoying. Very smart, you know, to use wet leaves. Really. The joys of mushroom picking. I seen something else down there. Going to check it out pretty soon. You know what? I already need to wash these, so I don't really care. Let's move on. Did I see something, or I thought I see something? Yeah, these little ones. Tiny funnels. Don't know which kind. At least I know remotely which kind. We are getting towards the ruins of churches from medieval age and heading towards the old town. But more than the old town, today I'm interested in the actual forest that surrounds it to see what grows there. Hey. I think he's enjoying the sun as much as I am. I must say that walk through the forest was a bit hard for me. It's cold, there is no sunshine, you have to watch your step, your feet are wet, so many things, and yeah, it can be tough. Now when I got to the clearance and the sunshine on the ruin of the first church, I think this is the oldest one, I believe it was 12th century, it's so much better. I feel my energy is filling up, and again I can't help it but watch the remains of the building. Now, going to scope around to see if there are any mushrooms in this part. I wouldn't be too surprised, but I would be surprised, and I must say I'm very eager to reach this forest and to see is there anything mushroomy going on there. That forest is perfect for mushroom picking. It has no these little shrubs. It's just a beautiful forest with tall trees. A real good mushroom candidate. But as you may have noticed, a lot of the times things surprise me. But it can also happen that I have a feeling, a gut feeling, and that it proves to be correct. This time there is no tall grass. I could try to see if there is anything growing here. It would be pretty much visible with this kind of grass. Not too tall, green. If there is a mushroom, it would pop out from the background. Oh, let's see. Where there was something weird. You know, I'm not entirely sure, but something like this could be a nest of wild rabbit. Could be. Or it could be something that wild boars dug up. It's also possible, but maybe just looking through, this looks like more like a dog digging. Somebody was here with their pet, most likely, and yeah, this patch of... but why would it... Okay, I have many questions. Maybe it was a nest. I don't know, if somebody knows better, I will stop guessing and be boring. Whoever knows better, you can tell me. I'm going to enjoy the view, the colors. Beautiful. So this is the forest where I'm heading to, and let's see what awaits us. Well, I already see something very interesting going on just near the entrance to my destination today. It's very visible. Going all the way down there, and at the end it is not one of these, but I think this is Latin, should be flavia or something. Well, anyway, they are called yellow paws here when you would translate it. I think they are edible when young. Not I think, I'm sure, but I'm not sure if it is the edible kind. There are some lookalikes even here. I would say this one is the one that is edible, but I wouldn't ever play with these because yeah, this one is too enough, for example. When you compare it to this one and that one over there. It can cause gastric upset in some people, and having that in mind, and having in mind that many similar ones exist that can make your day a bit worse than it already is, I wouldn't try it. So just let it be when you notice it. Just my opinion, of course. If you're more knowledgeable than me and you love these, be my guest. I don't know what this is. I knew what that one is. These large ones, I don't know if it is a fairy ring. I'm not sure. So could be. Let's try to guess. Let's try to see where it comes from and where it goes. So following this, making some kind of circle. Well, if it is a circle, it is a huge circle. Let's see where they go on. They should move along the path here. They do. There's some more there. So it is kind of a fairy ring, I believe. Then they move over there. But what is interesting, this part here is full of different mushrooms. I don't know where to look first. Honestly, I don't know. See these? That's one kind. This over here, I don't know if it's something else or the same one, just more mature one. Same goes for these over here. And then a random slimy Suillus family, something. It is most likely. Something tiny next to it. These are all different species really. All next to each other. Okay, this one is not, I don't think it's part of this one. It has gills, so not Suillus, but still slimy, interesting. So they end up here, and these continue. Now there is a puffball here, I think, or something very similar to it. I think this is a puffball, yeah. Look like a little golf ball. Or it is something else, but just very young. I'm not going to guess and play guessing games, of course, but so many of them. So much to see, really. So hard to focus on this many kinds of them. I'm going to pick just a few for ID, putting it in my identification packet, let's call it like that, because I don't want to mix them with something that is edible. Example, that hedgehog I have. Oh, this is very interesting. Definitely did not it was worth it. It was worth it just for this moment, even if I don't find anything in the forest. This is the thing with mushrooms. Again, there is nothing, and then suddenly here's a bunch of them. You don't even know where to start looking first. So no, that one. All the other ones. Oh, my stick. I know how to identify my stick. Yeah, I don't know. Again, something that looks like a puffball. It is. Look at it. Already a mature one. It's a perfect little ball. If I didn't know it's a mushroom, you would think, you know, it's somebody lost toy or those little rubber balls, something. Let's move on. The start of the forest is as promising as entrance of it, with all those bunch of mushrooms we just seen. I'm destroying the branches here. Look at this one. Huge mushroom. Already too mature, whatever it is. And the one next to it is most likely the same one. Seems busy. There is really not a square meter of this place. There is not filled with mushrooms, so I have a hard time focusing. I already have a hard time focusing, and now it is just off the roof. Let's go and see what's up here. I don't know what happened to this one, but it looks like an umbrella that broke off. You know, when you're on the beach and there is high wind. It's just my imagination. Don't be too bothered about that. Bunch of these. Taking one. Too wormy inside. I don't think I want worms in my pocket. But look at these. Look at the color of them. And look at the leaves next to them. Very hard to spot. I'm sure they do this on purpose to hide from us. And other animals, which, considering everything we are doing to nature, is absolutely valid. So this one is pretending to be some kind of leaf, reddish in color. There's a tiny drop of something in the middle of it. Not something, but water. It's a funnel mushroom, so it explains why there is a drop of water inside. Okay, this is from Lactarius family. As you can see, when you hurt its gills, there is a milky sap coming out. Here it is. Most likely poisonous or not edible. The ones that are edible here from Lactarius family, they have orange to reddish sap, and not this one. When you see white sap from Lactarius family, you better run away. Well, Lactarius genus, let's be more precise. Hey there again. It was nice knowing you. I will let you be. I don't know what I would do with you. You would rot in my basket or in my pocket, even worse. And I would just ruin the nature. I'm going to get down below this branch. Okay, tough day today. Too many things going on. Another set of yellow pose, so-called, over there. It's very large and, you know, contrast this big one, so you can notice it easily. I need to tie my shoes. It's been so tough that even my shoes got untied. A lot of slimy things today. I always loved doing this to puffball mushrooms, even when I was a child. I remember first time I figured they have these spores that are coming out when you touch them. I was playing with a stick, wooden stick, as many children do, and I would touch it, and I noticed this weird thing, you know, coming out of it. I was so amazed. It stuck to my memory. I always remember, I was maybe 4 years old, always remember that moment. It was a huge surprise for me. Something, you know, unexpected happened, and something also fascinating. Another huge mushroom here. I'm not sure what it is. A lot of these things I'm not sure about, but most likely they are not edible, because I know almost all edible ones that you could find in these areas. So I don't have a fear of missing out that much in that term. But I would also love to identify even unedible ones and, you know, be more knowledgeable, gather more knowledge about mushrooms. Another, most likely Lactarius. Maybe the same one like before, just differently colored or very similar, related to it. Another one. So it is pretty much pointless for me to record every single one and tell you, look at this, I don't know what it is, but look at it, because there are ones on every single corner, really pretty much. I will move on and try to find something edible while daylight is still on my side. There are some clouds gathering, so I better hurry a bit. Most likely Amanita oidea, so here it is. A bulb inside, a bit deeper. If it really is that one, it's edible, but you know, playing with Amanita is not my thing, so whenever I see Amanita, I just say, I'm letting you be. But beautiful mushroom though. Didn't ever see that large specimen of it. Just in the middle of the road. Very interesting mushrooms. I really need to take my separate bag for identification. I don't think a packet is enough. So, noted for the next time. Now, in the end, I end up with this huge basket and only 1 or 2 edibles. And then I have a bunch of ones I don't know what they are. I want to take them with me, but don't have a separate basket for them. So, I got to work on that next time. Interestingly, as I'm moving down, there is less and less of them. So I think I will slowly go back, pay attention to what's happening around me. Maybe I missed some edible somewhere. And if I do find one, catch it on camera. If not, then I will see you next time. I knew I heard something. As I was going back, I thought I heard something, and I did. This is fire salamander. I also have a video where I'm searching strictly for it, and I was not able to find it a few times. Now I was passing through, and I was almost, I was just going up, and I heard something behind me and seen these branches moving a bit. So he most likely dropped there from the edge and then ended up here. I'm happy. So I'm a bit windy. Let me, just as I went close to it, my battery gone off just at that moment. So I needed to rearrange entire setup. I need to put this on this and I will continue. So here it is, peeking through hole in the tree. I'm not going to bother it anymore than I already did. Shove the cameras in its face. I don't think it's scared, I'm not sure. Because it is venomous, it does not really run away from you. It knows you will pretty much sign your... Well, I'm not sure if it's death sentence really, but not a good time sentence if you touch it. It has venomous glands that more or less correspond to the yellow parts of its body. So it's signaling, that's why it has this nice yellow color. It's signaling that it's venomous and you should not touch it. I think it is endangered. Amazing. It's even more amazing because I was heading back and then heard it. So you can imagine how moist this area is. Salamanders really like moist weather. I think I cut myself somewhere. I was so excited. I was in a hurry to change the batteries and everything. I'm so happy. So I have filmed video that's strictly called searching for fire salamander. And now when I'm not searching for it, I knew this will happen. There it is, fallen just behind my back. And I was thinking, should I check out what it is or not? I'm glad I did. Glad I did. Amazing animal. I love it so much. Especially love to see it near the streams, ponds. It's very good swimmer. I think it's moving now. If it didn't fall down, I would not hear it. But what is interesting, from all the 3 or 4 times I ever seen a fire salamander, 2 of those, so half of those, or maybe even more than half, was exactly this scenario. So there was a steep, damp forest, and I would hear it because it will tumble down from somewhere. I would just hear it drop. They're a bit clumsy, it seems. So cute, so happy. So I didn't sign off yet. This was very interesting. Battery going off just at the moment I approached it. Universe teasing me for quite some time now. So glad I met this guy or girl. Don't know how to make a difference. Maybe they're both. No, I don't think so. Anyway, so happy. I will stop saying I'm happy and move on. The forest does not stop to surprise me, so I just can't. I hope I'll get home before the dark. This is, I think, shaggy incap or something. I forgot the exact name. It's incap for sure. I know the name in my native language, but somehow everything got mixed in my head now because all of this excitement and beautiful discoveries today. As all incaps, when they're gone off, they tend to have. That's why, hence, you know, ink name. Like this black ink, really. Pretty much they start to rot in a way, and they have these blackish things. So they just turn into this black inkish, how do you say it? Mess, pretty much. Here it is, another one. This one is a bit more gone off, so it's perfect example to show what it happens to it when it's gone off. See this inkish, blackish mess we have? Yeah, it's pretty much really like a true ink when you think about it. So that's it. Glad I covered that one as well. Well, forgotten and dropped near the road, left to rot. I'm going to take it with me. Maybe make a tiny pumpkin pie or something. I can't even. Okay, I can. It fits almost perfectly. I only need to watch for that hedgehog mushroom. Okay, so the adventure is over. There is a huge one there, bigger one. There's something else as well. Oh, there are many of them. Not going to take them, but I'm curious to see if that one will be edible. What is in good shape, I mean, it is edible. But yeah, what is interesting is, you know, pumpkins were always considered food for the poor, even in medieval times. That were a bit harsher, a lot harsher than today. If you would eat pumpkins, it would be looked at like you are the lowest of the lower class. Yeah, when you think about it now, they are all over the place. They are so cheap. See, left to rot everywhere. But I don't honestly think they do deserve that reputation. So there are many beautiful dishes you can make with them. You know, all those soups, not to mention pies, some kind of purees, something. I don't understand why pumpkin was getting that much hate. And some of them are like butternut pumpkins. They're very good survival food, actually. If you have a garden and you wanted something that will give you a lot of energy, butternut pumpkins would be your butternut would be very, very good choice for you. Better than potatoes, maybe. But potatoes are also, of course, something you would have to have. Yeah, we will see. I will make a separate video only using the pumpkin. We'll try some recipe and we'll see how it goes. Now, I truly believe this is the end of the adventure. It ended so many times so far, but it always continued. As always, something popped out. I'm going to the supermarket now. I don't know how, but I am going. We will see how it goes. I have separate kind of shoes, so maybe I will take those. But I think those are even worse. The ones that I usually use for hiking. So, in the end, I don't really care. I will just look like a cave woman and it will be fine. Until next time, see you and enjoy these beautiful, beautiful colors. Sorry for being a bit winded. It was a cold water up there when I crossed. See you.